Behind me are my Sonny Boy tomatoes, and I'm gonna show you how to clean them up in about 15 minutes. They are full of flowers and they're gonna set fruit soon and be very heavy. They are a semi-determinate variety, so that means they're not determinate and they're not indeterminate. They are at the moment about 4 foot. They're in a raised garden bed and they are full of flowers, but they're also full of leaves because they're in a nitrogen rich soil. Actually, it's not even soil, it's just compost and paunch and a heap of sticks and logs that I've chucked in there. So actually, as you can see, they're absolutely powering. They are full of flowers and they just need a clean up in the bottom and a fertilizer. I've already put batch shit on them, so that's my phosphorous sorted out. Now I'm looking for potash, which I've just got out of my pizza oven, and what I'm going to do first is clean them all up around the bottom, so I've got access to the bottom and there's airflow happening down there. So the kookaburras, let's see what we have to deal with in Australia. It's like living in a zoo. So they've been phosphorused, now they're going to be potashed. They're already in a massive amount of nitrogen, and I will also give them some Epsom salts and maybe a sprinkle of mixed micronutrients. I've cleaned up all the base of the tomatoes and it's ready now for me to put in my pot ash, I guess you'd call it. It's just ash from our cob oven, and it hasn't been rained on because of course rain can't get into the cob oven. So that's just fresh ash from our pizza oven and from wood just from around here. And this here are all my eggshells. I keep all of my eggshells and I bake them in the oven for a little bit, and then I grind them up in our food processor and they end up like this. So there's a bit of dust in there, but they're mostly still, you know, like shells. Oh, you can see the dust. Oh, what a waste. Anyway, so this here, that's going to go around the base of my plants. That actually should have gone in when I was doing the garden, or it could have gone in as well when I was planting the tomatoes, and it would have been breaking down by now, but that's all right, better late than never. It probably, well, it might help a little bit. It's got the calcium, and calcium's for blossom end rot. I don't know if I'll end up having any of that here, but we'll see. Oh my god, all the dust's blowing it away. Alright, so when I put this in and around, then I'll go and chuck on the damn pump, and then I'll water it all in, and hopefully a bit of that nutrient will get down to these roots and we will have some prolific fruits that you can't see on this side. All my tomato flowers, they're mostly on the other side, but probably because it's been chock-a-block, they're, oh, who knows, they're in really, really high nitrogen compost here, so they need that little bit extra to help with their fruit set and flower production, because the high nitrogen means that we're getting a lot of leaf growth and not as much flowers, but the front's all in flower. I haven't grown these variety before. This is the Sunny Boy F1 hybrid, and they're a yellow tomato, a yellow slicer. So they're a semi-determinate variety. So usually with my tomatoes I'll just clean up all the base, but I'll let all the extra side leaders run up, and I'll let all of them fruit. In the past, when I have tried to nip them all back to 1 litre, they don't do so well. I don't know why that is, but anyway, I've done the same here. I've seen it on other farming channels where they do that, and with their determinants they let them just grow on the ground too, which is interesting. But these ones at the front, I'm going to put a bit of wire up to help support them when their fruit sets, and then at the back here I've got them trailing over the back, so I'm just going to see what happens, because I can. Oh, bloody Australia and these blowies. Gotcha. Oh, bloody hell, I'm getting up to fly away. Alright, this looks like a lot, but if you're not overwatering your plants, that's fine. Plants will only take up what they need. So tomatoes don't need lots of heavy watering every day. Tomatoes like a real deep watering every 2 or 3 days, depending on how hot it is. So that will be fine. I'll water that all in now, and then we'll see how we go. Actually, I'll put the wire up first. Some of these front ones have had supports, so that's why they're upright. They've got pretty strong stems in general, but once I take off the stuff down the bottom, they get top heavy, so they fall over. That's okay, because we're about to give them a support. At the front here, that's not lettuce, that's calendulas. The other lettuce that I took off, it's just too hot for lettuce now, so I'll get rid of it. Ideally, the best time to do this is when you first put them in. Alright. See if we can bend this back a bit.